Croatia has some of the best wine in the world. It's where the original Zinfandel comes from, in the vineyards of Kaštela near Split Airport. It also has some of the weirdest wine drinking traditions I think I've ever come across anywhere. None more so than concept of Bikla. Bikla is actually not that well known in other parts of Croatia, but it's a tradition that exists in Dalmatia. It's a mixture of young red wine and goat milk. And it's very nutritious, apparently.
Good.
It's good
Yeah,
Croatian milk and
good.
it's good
Yes,
Croatian
good.
wine.
And it's only drunk at the harvest time with the young red wine. There's a village in Dalmatia called Vrgorac, and every year they have a Biklijada. It's a truism about Croatia that if something grows or is produced, somebody will make a festival out of it. And I have a friend who's from the village, and he's been trying to get me to go for years and years and years. Finally this year, I decided to go. The only thing I knew about this festival was a photograph for a blog I did previously, where there was a very well-dressed woman holding a glass of red, looking very stylish, kneeling down, and she was under the goat and she was squeezing the milk from the goat into the glass. And so I decided that this was a fairly far out festival, so I wanted to go and document this. And I took a friend of mine, Steve Centerensky, a video maker, to come and document the event. What would you expect to find at a red wine and goat milk festival? Perhaps a goat? We got there and we wanted to film the whole goat milking process. And we were told that unfortunately there were no goats available. The only goat that was available was in Herzegovina. As I didn't have my passport, I couldn't go, but Steve was in a car with 3 other Croatians who didn't speak any English. And for the first time in his career, he had to leave a country to go and film a female goat. So he went over and had this quite extraordinary experience in Herzegovina. Meanwhile, I was told that my car was ready, and I was escorted to a car that used to belong to Tito. It was his limousine when he went from Split Airport to his villa in Split. And I was taken to this eco farm just outside of Vrgorac, which was quite phenomenal. They had a swimming pool, they had all these traditional Dalmatian houses for hospitality. Ethno-eco village Kokorici, amazing place, getting all the traditions of the area. There are 3 houses together. Here is the central kitchen. One of the houses would have the kitchen and they would cook for 3 different families in the one place. But just look around at all the detail that's around. It's beautifully, beautifully presented. And in the middle, they had this incredible shrine to Tito. You open this door of this Dalmatian house, and here, all around, were just all this memorabilia from Tito, including a photograph of Tito with the owner when he was 5 years old. And this one, to me, is quite an interesting one. This is the first Croatian president, Franjo Tuđman, who apparently was the youngest ever general with Tito. One of the most extraordinary things I've seen in Dalmatia. And so to the festival. What happens at a goat milk and red wine festival where there are no goats? It was a really interesting evening of folklore, of wine, of song. One of the most interesting things, just to show the diversity and nicheness of Croatian culture, they had 20 high school students from 2 towns, one Vrgorac and the other one from Metković. In this era of everybody on their phones and internet, here were 20 high school students from just 2 small towns in Croatia, giving it an incredible, incredible performance, playing the mandolin. It was just one of those moments in time that in this small country of such diversity, there was this excellence, and one person had really done this. And so the next day, I wanted to take some of the Bikla, but unfortunately the Bikla for that year had run out. If you want to go to a goat milk and wine festival, check out the Biklijada in Vrgorac in September next year.